The most profound secret of existence is hiding in plain sight. Right now, as you read these words, invisible threads of energy are connecting you to every person, every event, and every possibility in the universe. What you're about to discover will shatter everything you thought you knew about the limitations of your mind and reveal how your subconscious is secretly orchestrating your entire reality through quantum mechanics. Scientists have proven that particles can communicate instantaneously across infinite distances. But what they haven't told you is that your thoughts operate on the exact same principle. Your subconscious mind isn't just processing information, it's actively entangled with the quantum field, sending and receiving signals that determine what manifests in your physical experience. Imagine holding two coins that are somehow mysteriously linked. When you flip one and it lands on heads, the other coin, no matter if it's on the other side of the planet, instantly lands on heads too. This isn't fantasy. This is quantum entanglement, and it's been verified in countless laboratory experiments. But here's what will blow your mind. Your consciousness operates through this same mechanism. When Einstein first learned about quantum entanglement, he called it spooky action at a distance because it seemed to violate the laws of physics. He couldn't accept that particles could influence each other instantaneously across vast distances without any physical connection. Yet decades of rigorous scientific testing have proven that entanglement is not only fundamental to how the universe operates, but what few people realize is that if the particles that make up your brain and body are subject to quantum entanglement, then your thoughts, emotions, and intentions must also be operating through this invisible network of connection. This means your subconscious mind isn't confined to your skull, it's interfacing with a vast field of information that extends throughout the cosmos. Think of your subconscious as a sophisticated quantum transmitter, constantly broadcasting your deepest beliefs, fears, and desires into the universe. But it's not just transmitting, it's also receiving. Every moment, your subconscious is picking up frequencies from this quantum field and translating them into the events, people, and circumstances that show up in your life. The Princeton Engineering Anomalies Research Laboratory conducted experiments for nearly 3 decades that demonstrated how human consciousness can influence random number generators and other electronic devices. Their findings revealed that our minds emit a measurable energy field that can affect matter at the quantum level. Dr. Robert Jahn, the program's director, concluded that consciousness is not merely observing reality, it's actively participating in its creation. Your subconscious mind operates on frequencies, just like a radio. When it's tuned to the frequency of lack, struggle, and limitation, it attracts experiences that match that vibration. When it's tuned to abundance, success, and possibility, it draws in opportunities that align with those higher frequencies. The key is understanding how to consciously adjust your subconscious tuning to broadcast the reality you actually want to experience. But here's where most people get stuck. They try to change their external circumstances without first changing their internal broadcasting system. They set goals, make plans, and take action, but their subconscious is still transmitting the old frequency of doubt, unworthiness, or fear. It's like trying to tune in to a new radio station while your antenna is still locked onto the old frequency. In quantum physics, there's a phenomenon called the observer effect, where the act of observation changes the behavior of subatomic particles. The famous double-slit experiment showed that photons behave as waves when unobserved, but collapse into particles when a conscious observer is present. This suggests that consciousness plays a fundamental role in determining physical reality. Now consider this. If your focused attention can influence the behavior of particles in a laboratory, what is your subconscious attention doing to the quantum field surrounding your daily life? Every belief, every expectation, every emotional pattern stored in your subconscious is acting like a continuous observation that's collapsing infinite possibilities into your specific experience. Dr. Amit Goswami, quantum physicist and author, explains that consciousness is the ground of all being, that the material world emerges from consciousness, not the other way around. This means your subconscious mind isn't just responding to reality. It's actively selecting which reality gets to manifest from the infinite field of quantum possibilities. Think about the people who seem to have incredible luck. They consistently find themselves in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, discovering unexpected opportunities. Are they really just lucky, or have they unconsciously mastered the art of quantum observation through their subconscious programming? Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, creates ripples in the quantum field. These ripples don't just fade away, they interact with other thought patterns, other emotional frequencies, creating complex interference patterns that ultimately crystallize into your physical experience. When you repeatedly think about something with strong emotional intensity, you're not just daydreaming, you're creating quantum entanglement between your consciousness and the object of your focus. The more emotional energy you invest, the stronger the entanglement becomes, until what seemed impossible suddenly becomes inevitable. Research conducted at the Institute of Heart Math has shown that the human heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, extending several feet beyond the physical form. When you feel intense emotions, whether positive or negative, you're broadcasting that frequency into the environment around you. Other people's subconscious minds pick up on these signals and respond accordingly, often without realizing why. They suddenly feel drawn to or repelled by you. But the implications go far beyond interpersonal relationships. Your emotional broadcasts are constantly interacting with the quantum field, attracting circumstances, opportunities, and challenges that match your predominant vibrational signature. This is why two people can take identical actions toward the same goal and get completely different results. The difference lies not in what they do, but in the frequency their subconscious is broadcasting while they do it. Consider how many times you've thought about someone and then unexpectedly encountered them or received a call from them. Most people dismiss this as coincidence, but quantum entanglement suggests something far more profound. Your focused attention created a temporary quantum connection that influenced the probability of that encounter occurring. From the moment you were born, your subconscious has been programmed with beliefs about what's possible and what's not. These beliefs weren't consciously chosen, they were absorbed from your parents, teachers, peers, and society. By the time you reached age 7, your subconscious had already established most of the core patterns that would determine your adult experience. But here's the crucial insight. These limiting beliefs are not just internal mental constructs. Through quantum entanglement, they're actively broadcasting into the field, creating quantum interference patterns that prevent desired outcomes from manifesting. When your subconscious believes, "I'm not worthy of success," it's not just affecting your self-esteem, it's literally altering the probability waves around opportunities, making them less likely to collapse into your reality. Dr. Bruce Lipton's research on epigenetics revealed that our genes are not our destiny. They're controlled by our environment and our perceptions of that environment. At the quantum level, your subconscious perceptions are creating the very environment that then influences your genetic expression. This means your deepest beliefs are not only shaping your external circumstances, but also your internal biology. Most people are completely unaware of the quantum programs running in their subconscious. They wonder why they keep attracting the same types of relationships, the same financial struggles, the same health challenges. They don't realize that their subconscious broadcasting system has been locked onto the same frequency for decades, creating quantum entanglement with similar patterns over and over again. The tragic irony is that the very act of struggling against these patterns often strengthens them. When you focus intensely on what you don't want, poverty, loneliness, illness, you're creating quantum entanglement with those very experiences. Your emotional resistance generates powerful quantum connections that actually increase the probability of what you're trying to avoid. The first step in mastering quantum entanglement is becoming aware of the frequency your subconscious is currently broadcasting. Most of your mental patterns operate below the threshold of consciousness, running automatically like background programs on a computer. But these unconscious programs are the primary drivers of your quantum entanglement patterns. Start by observing your automatic thoughts throughout the day. Notice what you think about most frequently. Pay attention to your emotional reactions to different situations. These patterns reveal the frequencies your subconscious is transmitting into the quantum field. If you consistently worry about money, your subconscious is broadcasting scarcity frequency. If you often feel lonely or rejected, you're transmitting isolation frequency. But awareness alone isn't enough. To change your quantum entanglement patterns, you must actively reprogram your subconscious broadcasting system. This requires understanding how the subconscious learns and what conditions allow it to accept new programming. The subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming during altered states of consciousness, the moments when your analytical mind relaxes its guard and deeper levels of awareness become accessible. These states occur naturally during meditation, just before sleep, immediately upon waking, and during intense emotional experiences. To consciously reprogram your subconscious for new quantum entanglement patterns, you must engage both the logical and emotional centers of your brain simultaneously. The subconscious doesn't respond to pure logic or willpower. It responds to emotionally charged mental images and repeated patterns that create new neural pathways. Begin by clearly defining the reality you want to experience. But don't just think about it intellectually. You must feel it with the same intensity you would feel if it had already happened. This emotional component is crucial because it creates the quantum entanglement between your current consciousness and your desired future state. Quantum physicists have discovered that time isn't linear at the subatomic level. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously in what's called the eternal now. When you feel genuine gratitude for something that hasn't yet manifested in your physical reality, you're creating quantum entanglement with that future possibility, increasing its probability of collapsing into your experience. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research has shown that when people enter coherent brainwave states and feel elevated emotions while visualizing their desired future, measurable changes occur in their brain structure and gene expression within just 4 days. They're literally rewiring their subconscious broadcasting system to transmit new frequencies into the quantum field. The key is consistency and emotional authenticity. Your subconscious can detect when you're just going through the motions versus when you're genuinely feeling the reality of your visualization. Only authentic emotional states create the quantum entanglement necessary for reality transformation. Once you understand the basic principles, you can begin working with more sophisticated quantum entanglement techniques. One of the most powerful methods involves creating quantum connections with specific outcomes by establishing energetic links during peak emotional states. Athletes and performers have been unconsciously using this principle for decades. When a basketball player visualizes making the perfect shot while feeling the emotional high of victory, they're creating quantum entanglement between their current practice session and their future performance. The more vivid and emotionally intense the visualization, the stronger the quantum connection becomes. But this technique can be applied to any area of life. Want to attract a specific type of relationship? Create quantum entanglement by feeling the emotions of that perfect partnership during your visualization sessions. Seeking career advancement? Establish quantum connections with your desired position by experiencing the feelings of success and fulfillment while imagining yourself in that role. The Institute of Noetic Sciences has conducted research showing that people who practice coherent heart rhythm techniques synchronizing their heart rate variability with positive emotions can influence random number generators located in completely separate rooms. This demonstrates that focused emotional states can create quantum effects that extend beyond the physical body. Another advanced technique involves working with quantum superposition, the principle that particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed before making important decisions. You can use meditation to enter a state where you simultaneously hold multiple possibilities, allowing your intuitive wisdom to sense which path has the strongest quantum resonance with your highest good. Your individual subconscious doesn't operate in isolation. It's part of a vast collective quantum field that connects all human consciousness. Carl Jung called this the collective unconscious, but quantum physics reveals it to be something even more profound. A living information matrix where every thought, emotion, and experience contributes to the whole. When you master quantum entanglement at the personal level, you begin to tap into this collective intelligence. You start receiving insights, intuitions, and guidance from the broader field of human consciousness. This is why breakthrough discoveries often occur to multiple researchers simultaneously. They're all accessing the same quantum information field. The Global Consciousness Project at Princeton University has been monitoring random number generators worldwide for over 2 decades. Their data shows that during major global events, natural disasters, terrorist attacks, moments of worldwide celebration, the randomness of these machines becomes significantly less random, suggesting that collective human consciousness creates measurable effects in the quantum field. This means your individual quantum entanglement patterns contribute to the collective human experience. When you raise your personal frequency, you're not just improving your own reality, you're contributing to the elevation of human consciousness as a whole. Every limiting belief you transcend, every fear you transform into love, creates ripples in the collective quantum field that make it easier for others to achieve similar breakthroughs. As you begin consciously working with quantum entanglement, you'll start noticing synchronicities with increasing frequency. These aren't random coincidences. They're quantum feedback signals indicating that your subconscious broadcasting system is successfully creating new entanglement patterns. Synchronicities often appear as meaningful coincidences, unexpected encounters, or opportunities that seem perfectly timed. When you're in quantum coherence with your desired reality, the universe begins organizing itself to support your intentions. People, resources, and circumstances align in ways that would seem impossible from a purely mechanical worldview. But here's the crucial point. Synchronicities aren't just signs that you're on the right path. They're active components of the manifestation process. Each synchronicity is a quantum event where probability waves collapse into specific experiences. By recognizing and appreciating these quantum signals, you strengthen the entanglement patterns that created them, increasing the likelihood of more synchronicities occurring. Many people miss their synchronicities because they're looking for dramatic, unmistakable signs. But quantum entanglement often works through subtle nudges. A book that catches your attention, a conversation overheard at just the right moment, an unexpected delay that puts you in the perfect place at the perfect time. Learning to recognize these gentle quantum corrections allows you to flow with the universe's guidance rather than struggling against it. Perhaps the most mind-expanding aspect of quantum entanglement is understanding that you're not limited to manifesting only what seems realistic or probable. The quantum field contains infinite possibilities, including outcomes that appear impossible from your current perspective. Every moment, countless probability waves are collapsing into the reality you experience. But for every wave that collapses into manifestation, infinite others remain as potential. Through conscious quantum entanglement, you can influence which possibilities become actualized. This means you're not bound by past patterns, current circumstances, or statistical probabilities. The key is expanding your belief system to include possibilities that your rational mind might consider unrealistic. This doesn't mean abandoning logic. It means recognizing that quantum mechanics operates beyond classical logic. At the quantum level, particles can be in multiple places simultaneously, travel backward through time, and influence each other across impossible distances. If matter can behave in these seemingly impossible ways, why should your life be limited to what seems reasonable or probable? Research by physicist Nassim Haramein suggests that the vacuum of space isn't empty but contains infinite energy and information. This quantum vacuum, also called the zero-point field, is accessible to consciousness through quantum entanglement. When you align your subconscious with this field of infinite potential, you begin to download information, energy, and guidance that exists beyond the limitations of your individual mind. One of the most profound applications of quantum entanglement involves healing and biological transformation. Your subconscious mind maintains quantum connections with every cell in your body. When you change your subconscious programming, you literally alter the quantum field that governs your biological processes. Dr. Deepak Chopra's research has shown that meditation and consciousness practices create measurable changes in gene expression, cellular regeneration, and immune function. These aren't gradual improvements, they're quantum leaps in biological coherence that can occur within minutes or hours of shifting consciousness. The placebo effect, long dismissed as psychological trickery, is actually a demonstration of quantum entanglement between consciousness and biology. When patients genuinely believe they're receiving healing treatment, their subconscious creates quantum entanglement with wellness, triggering profound biological transformations that can't be explained by conventional medicine. But you don't need to wait for illness to apply quantum healing principles. By creating conscious entanglement between your subconscious and optimal health, you can influence your biological systems to operate at peak efficiency. This involves more than positive thinking. It requires establishing genuine quantum connections with vitality, youth, and perfect cellular function. Quantum entanglement revolutionizes how we understand relationships. Every interaction with another person creates temporary quantum connections. The stronger the emotional component of the interaction, the more powerful and lasting these quantum bonds become. This explains why some relationships feel instantly familiar, while others create immediate resistance. Your subconscious is constantly scanning the quantum signatures of people you encounter, recognizing compatibility or conflict at the energetic level before your rational mind processes anything about them. Romantic relationships involve the most intense quantum entanglement possible between two individuals. When two people fall in love, their consciousness fields merge and intertwine, creating shared quantum experiences. This is why couples often develop similar interests, health patterns, and even physical appearances over time. They're literally sharing quantum information at the subconscious level. But quantum entanglement in relationships works both ways. If your partner is broadcasting frequencies of doubt, fear, or negativity, your subconscious will pick up these signals and potentially mirror them back. This is why toxic relationships can be so destructive. You become quantum entangled with destructive patterns that lower your overall vibration. The key to quantum relationship mastery is maintaining your own coherent broadcasting while being compassionate toward others' quantum signals. When you encounter someone broadcasting negative frequencies, you can choose to respond with love rather than matching their energy. This conscious choice creates quantum healing opportunities for both individuals. Money is pure energy, a quantum field of exchanged value that responds to consciousness just like any other aspect of reality. Your subconscious relationship with money creates quantum entanglement patterns that determine your financial experience. Most people have inherited limiting beliefs about money from generations of scarcity programming. These beliefs create quantum interference patterns that literally repel abundance. When your subconscious broadcasts money is hard to earn or rich people are greedy, you're creating quantum entanglement with financial struggle. But money is also one of the most responsive areas for quantum transformation because it's already an abstract concept. Numbers in computers, agreements between institutions, collective beliefs about value. When you shift your subconscious money programming, the quantum effects can manifest rapidly through unexpected opportunities, increased income, or sudden windfalls. The key is recognizing that abundance isn't about acquiring more stuff, about creating quantum entanglement with the flow of universal prosperity. When your subconscious truly understands that the universe is infinitely abundant, you naturally attract whatever resources you need to fulfill your highest purpose. One of the most powerful quantum techniques involves creating entanglement with your future self, the version of you that has already achieved everything you desire. Since time isn't linear at the quantum level, this future self exists simultaneously with your current experience. Through meditation and visualization, you can establish communication channels with this quantum future self, receiving guidance, wisdom, and energetic support from the you that has already solved your current challenges. This isn't fantasies, applied quantum mechanics, using the principle that all possibilities exist simultaneously in the quantum field. Your future self has access to information and perspectives that your current self lacks. By creating regular quantum communication sessions, you can download insights about optimal decisions, timing, and strategies for achieving your goals. This creates a positive feedback loop where your future success helps create your present success. Every soul incarnates with a specific quantum signature, unique frequency that represents your highest purpose and greatest contribution to the collective human experience. Your subconscious knows this purpose intimately, but the programming you received in childhood often obscures this knowledge. Through quantum entanglement work, you can reconnect with your original quantum signature and align your life with your true mission. This isn't about finding your passion or following your bliss. It's about discovering the specific way your consciousness is designed to contribute to the evolution of human awareness. When you're aligned with your quantum purpose, everything flows effortlessly. Opportunities appear exactly when needed. The right people show up to support your mission, and obstacles dissolve before they can impede your progress. This isn't luck, it's quantum coherence between your individual consciousness and the universal plan for human evolution. As you begin implementing these quantum principles, you'll likely encounter resistance from both your own subconscious and the collective consciousness field. This resistance isn't personal, it's a natural quantum phenomenon that occurs whenever someone attempts to shift from lower to higher vibrational frequencies. Your subconscious has been broadcasting the same frequencies for years or decades. These patterns have created quantum entanglement with specific types of experiences, relationships, and circumstances. When you attempt to change your broadcasting frequency, the quantum field initially resists because it's designed to maintain coherent patterns. This resistance often manifests as increased challenges, emotional upheaval, or temporary setbacks, just as you're beginning to make progress. Many people interpret this as evidence that the quantum principles don't work, but it's actually proof that they do work. The old patterns are fighting to maintain their quantum grip on your reality. The key is persistence and faith in the process. Each time you choose the higher frequency response, despite resistance, you weaken the old quantum entanglement patterns and strengthen the new ones. Eventually, the resistance dissolves and your new frequency becomes the dominant broadcast, attracting entirely new categories of experience. Mastering quantum entanglement isn't a one-time achievement. It's an ongoing practice of conscious awareness and deliberate frequency management. Every moment, you're either strengthening quantum entanglement with your desired reality or unconsciously recreating patterns that no longer serve you. The most effective approach is developing moment-to-moment awareness of your internal broadcasting system. Throughout the day, check in with your thoughts, emotions, and energy levels. Are you broadcasting coherence or chaos? Gratitude or complaint? Possibility or limitation? When you notice yourself slipping into old frequency patterns, you can immediately course correct by shifting your focus, changing your breathing, or engaging your heart with appreciation. These simple adjustments create instant changes in your quantum broadcasting that ripple out into your experience. True quantum mastery occurs when conscious entanglement becomes your natural way of being rather than a technique you practice. At this level, you're no longer trying to manipulate quantum forces, you're flowing harmoniously with them, allowing the universe to express its infinite creativity through your unique consciousness. This mastery doesn't happen overnight, but every moment you choose conscious awareness over unconscious reaction, you're taking a quantum leap toward greater coherence. Each limiting belief you transform, each fear you alchemize into love, each time you choose possibility over probability. These are quantum victories that compound exponentially. The universe is waiting for you to claim your power as a conscious, quantum creator. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to demonstrate your mastery over the quantum field. Every dream you hold is a future reality seeking quantum entanglement with your current consciousness. You now understand that your subconscious mind is not just processing information, it's actively broadcasting into the quantum field, creating entanglement patterns that determine your reality. You know that changing these patterns requires more than positive thinking. It demands conscious reprogramming of your deepest beliefs and emotional frequencies. The question is no longer whether quantum entanglement affects your life. The question is whether you'll use this knowledge consciously or remain an unconscious participant in your own quantum creation process. Every moment offers a choice. Broadcast the old frequencies that recreate familiar limitations, or align with new possibilities that can transform your entire existence. Your subconscious is already quantum entangled with infinite possibilities. The techniques and principles you've learned today are simply ways to direct that entanglement consciously toward the reality you actually want to experience. But knowledge without application remains purely theoretical. The quantum field responds only to authentic emotional engagement, not intellectual understanding. Starting right now, begin observing the frequency you're broadcasting. Notice what thoughts dominate your mental space. Pay attention to which emotions you feel most frequently. These patterns reveal the quantum entanglement signatures that are creating your current reality. Then, with patient persistence and unwavering faith in the quantum principles you've learned, begin broadcasting new frequencies. Feel gratitude for outcomes that haven't yet manifested. Experience joy for successes that exist only in potential. Create quantum entanglement with the highest version of yourself and the most beautiful version of your life. The universe is not separate from you. You are the universe experiencing itself through individual consciousness. When you master quantum entanglement, you're not learning to manipulate external forces. You're remembering how to consciously participate in the cosmic dance of creation that has been expressing through you since the moment you were born. Your transformation has already begun. With each word you've absorbed, each concept you've understood, each moment of recognition and possibility you've felt, you've been creating new quantum entanglement patterns. The old reality is already starting to dissolve, making space for quantum possibilities to emerge. Trust the process. Honor the resistance when it appears, knowing it's confirmation that real change is occurring. Stay consistent with your new broadcasting frequency, especially when external circumstances seem to contradict your inner knowing. Remember that quantum effects often appear suddenly after periods of apparent inactivity. Your patience and persistence are creating the conditions for quantum breakthroughs. The hidden energy you've been seeking has been within you all along, waiting for the moment when you would understand how to access it consciously. That moment is now. Your subconscious mind is ready to unlock its quantum potential. Your life is ready to transform in ways you haven't yet imagined. Welcome to your quantum future. The universe is celebrating your awakening to conscious creation, and infinite possibilities are aligning to support your highest expression. Your mastery of quantum entanglement begins with the very next thought you choose to think, and the very next feeling you choose to feel. If this exploration of quantum consciousness has opened new possibilities in your awareness, make sure to subscribe to the Mind is Spirit channel for more groundbreaking insights into the hidden mechanisms of reality transformation. Hit that like button if you're ready to consciously direct your quantum entanglement patterns, and share this video with anyone who's ready to discover the infinite power of their subconscious mind. Your quantum journey is just beginning, and the universe has so much more to reveal through our ongoing exploration together.